Progress.
Okay, welcome everyone to our March 7th, 2023, 2 p.m. Commissioner agenda. Please let the record reflect that all 5 commissioners are present. There is no written testimony that has been received for today, so just want to make note of that. We will start with our open public forum. So that is for anyone who wishes to testify on anything that is not on our printed agenda today. So I'll open it up for open public forum. First call, second call for anyone wishing to testify at the open public forum. Seeing no one online, no one in the audience. Third and final call for anyone wishing to do open public forum testimony. Seeing no one online and no one in the audience again, I will close the open public testimony and we will start with item number 2, which is a proclamation to proclaim healthy outcomes from positive experiences Hope Week, March 27th through the 31st of 2023. And I'll look to my fellow commissioner.
I'd like to read this proclamation in the form of a motion. In the matter of proclaiming and promoting healthy outcomes from positive experiences, HOPE, for the week of March 27th through 31st, 2023. Whereas Spokane County recognizes that every child is filled with incredible potential and that their early years of life present a golden opportunity to influence foundational brain development upon which future behaviors and learning are built. Spokane Regional Health District and Our Kids, Our Business are focusing efforts to promote and grow opportunities to build hope, healthy outcomes from healthy experiences within Spokane County. And whereas expanding access to the 4 building blocks of hope, which are relationships, environment, engagement, and social emotional growth, we will be building a network of support for parents and caregivers of young children, meeting families' needs, social, physical, and mental health needs within the community context will lead to a more resilient Spokane County and will result in healthier, safer children. And whereas spreading hope science is a national effort supported by families, educational institutions, researchers, government entities, nonprofits, and businesses who see the immense significance of growing what is positive in the community through environmental, policy, and systems changes to support families and children ages 0 to 5. Now, therefore, we, the Board of County Commissioners of Spokane County, Washington, do hereby join with other leaders nationwide in acknowledging that hope is a new way of seeing and talking about experiences that support children's growth and development into healthy, resilient adults. Do hereby proclaim March 27th through 31st of 2023 Hope Week, dated this 7th day of March 2023, signed Board of County Commissioners, Spokane County, Washington.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. We're going to go ahead and vote, and then I'm going to ask our guest to come up. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. So with that, I would like to invite Jennifer Hansen, who's our health program specialist, Beginnings Matter program with Spokane Regional Health District, and Jamie McIntyre, who's a member of Our Kids, Our Business collection, to come up and have you speak to this proclamation for a moment, then we'll want to take a picture with you.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. I just wanted to thank all of you for this. Hearing those words being read, it just really filled my heart with so much joy. And thank you. So I'm Jennifer Hansen with the Beginnings Matter program at the Health District, and I'm also an active member of the Our Kids, Our Business coalition. And I have with me today Jamie McIntyre, who is also on the Our Kids, Our Business coalition. And we both believe that ensuring that every child has access to safe people, safe places, and opportunities to grow will result in a better future for Spokane. And so we're really excited to that you guys proclaimed Hope Week. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm Jamie McIntyre. I'm the Community Risk Reduction Manager for the Spokane Fire Department, and I'm here on behalf of Our Kids, Our Business. So I just want to share a little bit with you about Our Kids, Our Business. It was previously known as the Spokane Prevention of Child Abuse and Neglect Coalition, and we've actually been meeting since 1987. We are a coalition of child advocates with the vision of creating a community where all children are valued, nurtured, and protected. Our Kids, Our Business is committed to community action to end child abuse through awareness, education, resources, and collaboration. We believe that no one person, agency, or entity can create a community where every family thrives. It will take all of us, every sector, business, faith community, social services, all of us coming together. Lastly, we just want to say if you're interested in joining our mission, we want to extend an invitation to attend one of our meetings. We meet on the third Friday of the month from 8:30 to 10 a.m. at Vanessa Behan. All are welcome to attend our meetings, and to learn more, visit ourkidsspokane.org.
Thank you very much. I think, Jared, should we all come down in front here? Okay, so we'll come down and let's take a picture. Thank you. I think is that our first proclamation of the year so far? I think so. So that's exciting. Okay, so next I'm going to just let people know that we are striking item 4. Yes, 4J and 4K from today's agenda. So we are striking those 2 items. Legal wants a little bit more time with those, so those are being stricken today. The items that I know that commissioners want to take separately are item number 4F and 4I. Are there any other items? Okay, then I would look for a motion for the other items.
Madam Chair, I move to approve item 3A and then items 4A, B, C, D, E, G, and H on today's agenda.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for items number 3A, 4, A, B, C, D, E, G, H. All those, any discussion on those? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes unanimously. That will take us to item 4F. Do I have a motion to approve item 4F?
Madam Chair, I move to approve item 4F as presented by staff,
Or it's presented on today's agenda.
as presented on today's agenda.
Here we go.
I'll second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for item number 4F as stated on today's agenda. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed?
Nay.
Any abstentions? So I think, Commissioner French, I didn't catch which way you were voting.
Oh, I voted aye.
Okay. So 4-1 is the vote on that. Next, we have item number 4I. Do I have a motion for 4I?
I'll move to approve item 4I.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second for item number 4I. Any further discussion? Commissioner Waldron?
We discussed this item in the briefing session, and I just want to say I appreciate the work of the county staff that are looking at Measure 1 and ways to get the information out about Measure 1. It was placed on the ballot before I was a county commissioner, so I've been trying to do my due diligence the last 2 months to understand when we're asking the voters for a significant amount of sales tax money, what would we spend that money on? And so as of yet, I don't feel there's a clear understanding of where those dollars would be spent, how much a community corrections center would cost, things that have been discussed. And so I just don't feel comfortable approving a contract to go out and do education on the campaign till we have more clarity about what we're asking the voters to spend money on. So I'll be voting no.
Okay, any further discussion?
I think it's important that we have the funds to be able to go out and share those facts with the public. I believe the last spreadsheet that we saw that was presented by Mike Sparber showed that it would generate enough to bond out a facility that was cost $260 million. Yes, these were discussed in December when we took the vote. The information is out there, and these dollars and this educational effort will allow us to make sure that all of the community, or the community that wants to know, will have those materials available to understand what it is they'll be voting on in November. Great effort when it comes to transparency.
Commissioner French?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Yeah, I likewise join Commissioner Kearns in, complimenting the work of staff. This has been a topic of discussion and work for as long as I've been on the board, and has been a topic for this community for as long as I can remember. If we're going to keep our community safe, we need to have a variety of programs, and what this measure does is provides a variety. It's not just about building a jail. Anybody that says it is doing a disservice to the ballot measure. It's about making critical improvements to our criminal justice system that includes not only incarceration, but also transitioning of folks back into the community. It involves programs, it involves diversion, it involves funding a number of different programs to make our criminal justice system better. And that's the key. And so this measure provides the funds necessary to educate the public about all of the work that's been done so that they can make an informed decision. And I agree with Commissioner Kearns in that this is about transparency. This is about sharing with the community all the work that's been done and preparing them to where they can make an educated and informed decision, and so we can take the next steps. So I will be supporting the measure. Thank you.
Commissioner Jordan?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and I want to just echo several things from multiple colleagues. One is the staff is working really hard on this. I appreciate that professional work being done, and I think that we, as commissioners and as the community, all want public safety. It's just how do we accomplish that? And as discussed last week on Monday, I'm not prepared to support an education campaign at this point. Like Commissioner Waldron, I am working to learn about the system as a whole. I just met with the district court judges right before this meeting, and I see there's a need for investment across the system. But for me, when we put a ballot measure on the ballot, and we potentially ask the taxpayers to provide us over $1 billion over a 30-year period, we need to have meaningful community input shaping what that proposal is, and a meaningful plan, I think, to present to the voters. And so far, the preliminary numbers that I've gathered from staff are that this proposal could raise about $1.7 billion over 30 years. And so that's a big disconnect from $260 million. And I'm wondering what those other improvements are. I have not received meaningful specificity at this point as to what the plan is. There's certainly been, really interesting concepts thrown around in meetings with staff, some of which sound really promising. I've seen some old numbers about past proposals for new facilities that were over $300 million 8 years ago, but I just wonder about whether $260 million is a solid number, and it just hasn't been presented to me yet as this is our plan, and this is a solid number. I've asked about how many beds. We don't know is the answer that I've gotten because a needs assessment is still being conducted. So I just worry that we're out of order on how this should be moving forward. I would have liked to see the plan developed with input and specificity before we've put it on the ballot and before we're going out to educate voters, because I just don't think we have the plan in place yet.
Okay. With that, all those in favor? Oh, Commissioner French?
Yeah, thank you, and I appreciate the learning curve that my two new commissioners are going through, and appreciate their efforts. But, just as a way of comparison, we voted on item, was it 4F, to provide funding for a capital account for the Avista Stadium, while we don't have a lease, which is one of the contingencies for providing those funds. So there seems to be a disconnect with supporting a program that you're in favor of to move the stadium forward, but something as critical as public safety requires a higher level. And so I'm challenged by that disconnect and stuff. So, like I say, this is an effort to inform the public, and like I say, I'm all in favor of informing the public. Thank you.
Just add.
Okay, Commissioner Kearns and then Commissioner Jordan.
Oh, no, if you raised,
No.
go first. I'm sorry.
Well, I just wanted to say that with regard to the ballpark, I have seen specific renderings from consultants about how much that's going to cost, and I have not seen any such current analysis as to the jail, and that's the difference for me.
So with the funds that, I guess we can start the educational effort right here today. So the money that would come in from the 0.2%, 60% would come to the county. 40% would then be divvied up on a per capita basis amongst the cities. So it's not over $1 billion coming directly to the county. If we were to use those funds for a bond, to bond out the cost of a jail, that would be the $260 million. The bond would most likely be over a 20-year period, while this tax would be over a 30-year period. That's where the, as called earlier, disconnect in those numbers. It's not a disconnect. It's called using funds to bond out and leaving yourself enough money for programming, which is extremely important, because we're not just building a jail. We're building a facility that, yes, will have beds, will have what people will call a jail, but we're also going to have classrooms. We're going to have meeting spaces so we can have programming like GED, programming like, possibly bringing over the Head Start to Construction Trades program if we have room for that, which has been extremely successful. Therapeutic programs, mental health treatment, a larger infirmary to help with medical needs for those that are incarcerated, as well as possibly 1 to 2 courtrooms located in this facility. But all of those take staffing, and that is what the excess money will go to pay for. Not every single dime will go into building the facility. That's why we're only going to bond out what we were told in December was roughly $260 million. I have seen the three of us have seen renderings. We've seen where this will go. It will be right behind the existing jail. The existing jail will still remain operational for inmates that are, I mean, for lack of a better term, more of those sort of heightened risk or sort of, I don't want to use the term maximum security, but I mean, I think we all know what I mean by that. The new facility will house more of those medium to low level risk offenders. So there's a lot of information that's been shared. I find it interesting. I mean, those that have told me all of these things have told me in public meetings. Those videos are out there. I've met with Mike Sparber. I meet with him monthly. We discuss these things. I mean, for someone to sit up on this dais and say the information isn't out there, I think is a little disingenuous. And I look forward to this educational effort moving forward. And it sounds like some of my fellow commissioners are going to benefit from this educational effort. And so I will be voting yes.
Any further discussion?
I just want to say that it's really important that we have updated information. And the last renderings that I saw were from 2014. Maybe I don't know about other ones, and I'm open to seeing those. But cost estimates from 2014 are not up to date. And I love hearing about all the services. I think a lot of those services are essential to offer to folks to connect people back into our community. How much will they cost? Which services will we prioritize? Can we afford all of those with this measure? I think those are all things our county voters will want to know. And I don't feel comfortable moving forward till we have a plan that's in writing that details some of those costs to the community and gets some input about how do we prioritize one program or service over another. And I think our community will be interested in having those conversations. I'm hoping we can get there. So, you know, maybe we'll get some of that information soon.
Commissioner Jordan?
I just wanted to say the preliminary number that I received from staff was $1,049,182,665 estimated dollars for the county share. I just wanted to correct that piece, but otherwise, I think these are all really interesting ideas being discussed, and they're worthy of being discussed and considered and analyzed. I just haven't seen any specificity as to what will be included in the plan and how much it costs. That's why I can't move this forward.
Are we ready for the vote? Okay. All those in favor of 4I, which is to the, I'm just going to say it so we make sure we all know which one we're talking about, to the contract for providing public education effort for Measure 1 on the 2023 general election ballot in the amount of $200,000 for the Spokane County Communication Department. Project number P13360. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
Motion passes 3-2. Thank you. That concludes our 2 o'clock. Scott, are there any other items that needs to come before the board?
Nothing for me, Commissioner.
Nothing from legal as well.
Thank you. Okay, with that, then I will adjourn the meeting and we'll see everyone next week. Thank you very much.